our tag team elimination tournament. Introducing first from New Orleans, Louisiana and Kingsland, Texas, Siren the Voodoo Doll and Chainsaw!
Fans, welcome to another week of Wild Women of Wrestling. This is your host, David McLean, on my left, Stephen Dickey, and on my right, the absolutely amazingly articulate AJ Mendez. And this is Voodoo Doll and Chainsaw.
David, I've told you several times I don't mess with voodoo, Ouija, anything of that nature. Siren the Voodoo Doll is on another level. And now that she's got Chainsaw flanking her, it's like Leatherface has hooked up with some type of voodoo priestess. I can't imagine that kind of combination. Now Chainsaw, you see there, she is literally tied up, and she will be unleashed by Siren the Voodoo Doll once that bell rings. And have mercy on the competitors that have to sit against the ring against these two.
Well, I'm not going to tell you who the competitors are right now, but I'll tell you this. There are WOW originals, and one of them is in medical school, and the other is busy helping kids all in LA learning how to cope, recognize, and stop bullying.
David, I'm excited for that, but these fans are terrified, as am I.
I'm into it. So into them.
The straitjacket is off. Chainsaw has been unleashed.
And the bedlam's about to happen. The fans are staring in amazement. They don't know what to think.
And their opponents from Los Angeles, California and Dallas, Texas, the Bully Buster, Keta and Stephy!
David, this is the moment I've been waiting for.
Two fan favorites, Keta Rush and Stephy Slays, making their way to the ring.
I have never been more excited. The Bully Busters are back in WOW.
I love everything that these two women represent. They have overcome adversity. They have overcome people underestimating them and bullying them. And it didn't make them sour. It didn't make them angry. They just wanted to put forward positivity and make sure that the next generation was safer and stronger, and they are true superheroes.
Well, Keta Rush, when I met her, she didn't want to join WOW. She walked out because she said she was having flashbacks of being bullied in high school, severely. She's overcome a lot to make it into the WOW ring, and she said it was therapy getting into WOW and learning combat, and that's the energy she took to create the Bully Busters, a great company and asset to young kids learning to deal with bullying.
David, I've never been more excited to see a reunion of a tag team. The Bully Busters recently rekindling their partnership here in WOW Women of Wrestling. This is exciting. This is a moment that fans have wanted to see for quite some time. Referee Chad Rico getting ready to get this match underway. Let's get it on. Steffi Slays, Siren the Voodoo Doll sizing each other up here. How do you size up a competitor like Siren the Voodoo Doll? I'm terrified of Siren and Chainsaw, so I respect the Bully Busters, but they have never said no to a fight. They've never backed down from a challenge. Siren tagging in Chainsaw. We're going to see Chainsaw.
She's there in the ring. You know, I'm glad to see Keta Rush and Steffi Slays rekindle their friendship. They've lost touch over the last year when Steffi moved down to Dallas. But they've rekindled it tonight, and they're on the way with one purpose, to become tag team champions, which they have not ever succeeded in yet. Chainsaw and Voodoo, they're new to each other. They may not have the chemistry. Let's see what happens here. But one thing's for sure, they got the power.
They definitely have the power advantage, the size advantage. It is in the corner of Siren and Chainsaw. But Keta Rush and Steffi Slays, you're right, David. You bring up a great point. They've been a tag team for years here in WOW, and they have that championship success that has eluded them. What does that mean to them right now? They've come so close. They've nearly tasted it. They've been in the ring with former champions and current champions, and now it's time for them to really reach the mountaintop. Can they do it? Their first challenge is Chainsaw and Siren the Voodoo Doll. I really want to see them
They're
do
hungry
it.
for it, and
Can
there
they do
flies
it?
over the third rope is Keta Rush.
They have a long history together, but they haven't tagged together in a while. So what is that going to do?
Timing's off. Could be off.
Keta Rush coming in like a house of fire. Surprisingly able to take down Chainsaw with a very quick single leg takedown, but Chainsaw regained the advantage here. That size and that power is hard to overcome.
Chainsaw with unmatched power. Now picking up Keta Rush.
Chokeslam!
Ooh, you can feel that one.
The mat is still vibrating from the weight of that chainsaw chokeslam.
That was powerful.
Keta Rush, just pure pain in the eyes of Keta Rush right now. Siren the Voodoo Doll coming in to pick up the scraps of what Chainsaw left for her.
Look, I've got a question. Has anyone tried just hugging Chainsaw?
AJ, I will leave that to you.
I'm just saying, maybe she needs a hug or a snack. Maybe she's hungry.
I did leave your book on in craft services with a letter to Chainsaw. I don't know what happened to it. We'll see after the show.
I will be changing my phone number and home address.
Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Siren the Voodoo Doll, full Nelson locked in on Keta Rush. Keta Rush, now she is quite the grappler, but now she's finding herself on the receiving end of this full Nelson from Siren the Voodoo Doll. Keta Rush has to fight out of it. She has to get to Steffi Slays. She's got to get to her partner. Full Nelson bomb dropped right on her tailbone. 1, 2, kick out by Keta Rush. Keta Rush using everything within her to kick out of that one. You can tell that move took a lot out of her, but she's not ready to quit yet, like we talked about earlier.
But Steven, Keta Rush is a fighter. She's not giving up here.
That's what I said, David, earlier tonight. That championship success has eluded them for far too long. They feel like they're ready. They feel like they're poised. They feel like those championships are theirs. Now it's just a matter of bringing that into fruition. Can Keta Rush and Steffi Slays, with this rekindled partnership, can they do it finally, once and for all?
Getting Chainsaw off of her feet, that's the only thing that proves to me that she's not a fever dream.
That's a huge accomplishment, but Chainsaw's back on her feet. That's the problem. You get her off her feet, you're not going to keep her off her feet for long. And there we go. Splash! Splash onto Keta Rush. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Ring the bell. Ring the bell.
The tag team tournament has 2 new competitors advancing, and I'm going to talk to them.
Siren the Voodoo Doll and Chainsaw, they advance in the tag team tournament. The heartbroken defeat of the Bully Busters.
Here are your winners, Siren the Voodoo Doll and Chainsaw!
Chainsaw Voodoo, with your victory that you just made over the Bully Busters, Keta Rush and Stephanie, you've advanced yourselves in the tag team tournament. Voodoo Doll, you have anything to say?
So long have I waited for the right partner. Now we are here to take over your tag team titles.
There you hear it, fans. They're here for the tag team championships, Voodoo and Chainsaw.